Hey guys, gals and non-binary pals, it's Akira here, and today we're going to be talking about Australian politics. I'm going to have to censor my language as I don't want to risk getting in trouble with YouTube again, despite the fact that I follow their guidelines to a T. So of course, trigger warning for the mention of suicide, injustice for minorities, transphobia, and abortion. Suicide hotlines are linked in the description below, as well as a petition to unban hormone blockers. This video is not a debate. It is to ask the Australian people to take action for human rights. Without further ado, let's get into the video. It is well known in both the psychological and medical fields that trans healthcare and gender affirmation is important and life-saving. The ban on hormone blockers for those under 18 is both morally wrong and illogical. Hormone blockers have been used for ages to help prevent things like breast cancer. The only group of people who would use hormone blockers are children, as you can only block your hormones if you haven't already gone through puberty. Hormone blockers aren't any more harmful than any other medication you use in your local pharmacy. They are also completely reversible, so for those claiming that they cause irreversible damage, they are just wrong. It only puts a child's puberty on pause. That's it. Medications, as a rule of thumb, can all have symptoms and risks involved. If you're going to ban medication for potential symptoms, then it would only be logically consistent to ban all medication. The fear-mongering is clear. The ban on hormone blockers isn't about safety of children, it's about control and hate. Controlling of one's person's choice on what medication to take, and hatred towards trans youth. This will only cause more harm. Children will die of very preventable breast cancer, and trans children's mental health will decline, alongside with their suicide rates going up higher than it already is. The LNP don't care about the Australian people, they care about being hateful and having power. I have no idea why the Australian people voted for the Liberal Party, when they are so obviously the equivalent to the American Conservative Party. Our Labour Party is slightly more progressive, though not as progressive as the Greens. In a perfect world, I would love the Greens to have a turn in Parliament, so I will be voting for the Greens first and Labour second. I'm disappointed in the Australian people for voting Liberal, the party that has shown time and time again to oppose abortion, a life-saving procedure. They said they wouldn't ban it, but I don't believe them. If they have the power to ban talk of abortion in politics and ban hormone blockers, there's nothing stopping them from taking away people's rights to their own bodies. My guess is that they will take down people's rights to an abortion by reducing the gestation period from 24 weeks to something smaller like 6 or 2 weeks. This would be a ban on abortion, as most people don't know they're pregnant until after 6 weeks, if not longer. However, they can say on a technicality that they didn't because of the small time frame they do allow. I hope this doesn't happen. I hope my prediction is just me being cynical. Abortion is important as the people deserve a right to choose for whatever reason that is, whether it be mental or physical health. There's going to be an uptick of trans suicide and potentially backyard abortions if things keep going the way they are. I won't be surprised if Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders also get attacked by the LNP. We are living in very trying times in politics. There is going to be an upcoming election here in Australia, roughly in May, so please be sure to be careful about who you vote for. For additional context surrounding this upcoming election, I recommend watching this video from Juice Media that explains the following in a tongue-in-cheek manner. Why nuclear power is ultimately a bad thing for the environment, that it will make the cost of energy more expensive for Australian citizens, that its lengthy process is there to ensure tons of fossil fuels are used in the meantime before the nuclear power structure is built, if it gets built, that this proposal is just there as a distraction from all of the awful things the LNP is doing, and much more. There is also a very good video covering the statistics on how anti-trans laws heighten the risk of trans suicide by Rebecca Watson. Also, if you want to know about the lengthy list of bad positions that Peter Dutton holds, look no further than his Wikipedia page. It describes him as a right-wing populist that holds anti-Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander beliefs, no surprise there, that school-age children should be required to make a pledge similar to the Oath of Allegiance, is pro the nuclear power plan, has anti-humanitarian policies, is also anti-Muslim Lebanese Australians, believes racist stereotypes of Africans, both black and white, is anti-LGBTQIA+, and the list could go on. You can't be silent. Taking people's choices away may lead people to feel they have no other choice but to self-harm. Everyone needs to be vocal now more than ever. I know this video is very Australian-centric with politics, but it applies to other countries like America, England, and any other country dealing with a horrible political climate. And for those who are a part of minorities directly affected by the current political climate, please don't hurt yourself. That's what the hateful people in the world want. Live out of spite if you must. Minorities stand stronger together. Find community if you can. Sign petitions to stand up for your rights, and vote if a voting occurs. Don't let people take you down. Not now, not ever. I have linked a link tree that contains various different Australian-wide independent candidate profiles that you can vote for in the description below. Remember to sign the petition in my description below to unban hormone blockers if you're an Australian. Information on various different topics can be found in my description as well. With all that said, thank you for watching. If you can, please share this video with your friends and family, especially if you live in Australia. This video will most likely not get monetized, so if you want to support me financially, my Patreon, Etsy, Fourth Wall, and commissions will all be linked below too. If you like my art and want to see more of it, I make speed paints like this often. However, likes, comments, and shares help out a great deal as well. I also want to mention an update regarding the Studio Ghibli fan pin project. Instead of using BackerKit, I will be using Kickstarter. This is because when I asked you guys what you thought was best, you all said Kickstarter. So I've updated the website to link to my Kickstarter profile, and I'll be sure to keep giving you all updates as I make my progress. I only have one more pin to design, and then I'll be able to start getting into the nitty-gritty of the Kickstarter. In saying that, my health issues and life circumstances have pushed the date a bit further. I can't say for certain if the Kickstarter will come out in April, May, or June, but when I do know, I will announce it of course. Please make sure to look after yourself and drink some water. All of my social media and other links are in the description below. This has been Akira O'Halloran, and I'll see you next time.